And welcome back to the 58th Ladies Invitational Bowling Tournament here at Suburban Lanes in Bucyrus. And with me is Bill Hansen. And we want to remind you, first of all, that we're brought to you in part by Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic in Marion, Adam Weisner at Advanced Fiber Technology, and Chris Carrier and Bob Goyer at Kingston Residence in Marion. So Bill has the results of Game 3.
Yes. On lanes 1 and 2, Emily Groves had a 170 for a 544, 3 games total scratch, and a 752 handicap score. Lisa Penwell had a 151 for a 391 scratch and a 559 handicap. On lanes 3 and 4, Robin Pengello had a 159 for a 481 scratch and a 649 handicap. And excuse me, Katrina Parker had a nice 220 game for a 564 scratch and a 741 handicap. On lanes 5 and 6, Laura Huber had a 103 for a 445 scratch and 625 handicap. Patricia Horsley had a 178 for a 504 scratch and a 615 handicap score. So
tight match there, yeah.
Very close. On lanes 7 and 8, Michelle Stahl had a 188 for a 522 scratch and 648 handicap. And Shelby Gabriel had a 187 for a 561 scratch and a 687 handicap.
And they have the exact same handicap.
And they have, yeah. So they were bowling
really
scratch,
head to head. Yep.
You know, head to head. On lanes 9 and 10, Charlie Britt, excuse me. Charlie Britt had a 167 for a 506 scratch and a 674 handicap. Abby Gledhill on lane 10 had a 168 for a 460 scratch and a 649 handicap. On lanes 11 and 12, Cynthia Hester had a 178 with a 479 scratch and a 650 handicap. Terry Bowman had a 157 for a 516 scratch and a 582 handicap. On lanes 13 and 14, Heather McLaughlin had a nice 248 game for a 682 scratch and 763 handicap. Carolyn Kindred had a 145 for a 455 scratch and a 638 handicap. And on lanes 15 and 16, Tasha Ridgway had a 181 for a 501 scratch and a 570 handicap, and Morgan Swable had a 197 for a 532 scratch and a 646 handicap score. So most of them are done with that fourth game right now. So
yep. There's still a couple of frames on some of them, and then you got one group that's just getting started on game 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Bill will be back with the results of game 4 and the matchups for tomorrow. In the second round, we want to remind you that we're brought to you in part by Tim Plumley at Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, Martin Bernhardt at Mike's Roofing since 1960, 562-5257, and John Gobrecht at Pizzanello's Pizza. So we will be back with the results of the day in Game 4 after this.